UEFA Champions League Matchday 5 predictions and betting tips. In this video, Hunter will be joining us to help us analyze and predict these matches so that we can get the very best betting outcome for these particular matches. So Hunter, let us get it started, my friend.
Okay. To our fans, welcome once again, because it is a UCL week, because I know most of you are looking forward to this week, because at least with UCL you get to be entertained. So the first game we'll be witnessing Lazio welcoming Celtic. Lazio, we understand, are from Italy Serie A, while Celtic are from Scottish League. And just an highlight of the two teams, Lazio, because when analyzing these two teams, like more so the UCL, you need to look at the standings, because this is a qualifying round. Some teams need to get the points so that they can go to the next round. Some teams need to get the points so that they can go to the Europa League. So it is a massive week for the teams that playing in the UCL. Like Lazio are at position 2 with 7 points, while Celtic are at position 4 with 1 point. So if you can take like your calculation, you get that Lazio need a win here so that they can get the job done, so that they can move to the next round. While Celtic, at least they want to survive so that at least they can get a Europa League spot, that is the third spot. And how the team fared on over the weekend is that Lazio lost to Salernitana with a 2-1 scoreline, while Celtic were held. That is in the Scottish League. So both teams are coming after a tough weekend, and they will want to at least forget about the weekend and get back to winning ways. And just as Tash mentioned before, my prediction and my tip is that including the winner in the reverse fixture, Lazio have netted in the 95th minute in two of their group stage games this time to change the result. Like the first game, you remember their goalkeeper came and salvaged a point for them against the same Celtic. So we are going to be witnessing another tough game and another difficult match, because both sides they have quality, but with the Lazio, I expect them to get the job done, and that's why I'm going for a scoreline prediction of 2-1. And my betting tip will be both teams to score, because if you look at the head-to-head of both teams, they met like thrice, and in each of the occasions, we've been witnessing a BTS, that is both teams to score on both ends. So my tip, both teams to score. My scoreline prediction is 2-1. Then our second game will be witnessing Shakhtar Donetsk welcoming Antwerp. That is, Shakhtar are from the Ukrainian league, while Antwerp are from the Belgium league. Shakhtar are at position 3 with the 6 points, while Antwerp are at position 4 with possible 0 points. So both teams are coming in. If you look at Antwerp, they've not been in that fine form, although they salvaged a draw over the weekend, while also Shakhtar were also held over the weekend. But after that 1-0 win against Barcelona, I think at least to get the job done, at least to hope of qualifying to the next round, because it is a tough group, and also for them to at least get their chances of playing in the Europa League, they also need to win and also keep hopes of qualifying for the next round. And just a start to mention is that none of the 8 games played in Group H, that is in the Antwerp Shakhtar's group, in Group H, this UCL season has ended in a draw. So definitely we must have a winner here, and definitely the winner that I'm going to see here is Shakhtar to be the best to carry the day. And I'm favoring a Shakhtar win with a scoreline of 2-1, and my tip will be an over 1.5 goals, definitely in that match. Then our third game will be witnessing another tough game and another massive game in the Group H, in the Group D, that is the group of death. That is AC Milan welcoming Dortmund. We understand that both teams, AC Milan are at position 3 with 5 points, while Dortmund are at position 4 with 7 points. If you look at the AC Milan-Dortmund group, you'll find that the 4 teams stand a chance of qualifying for the next round, depending on the result that they get over the last these two games. So AC Milan are coming into this game, at least they're motivated at least to get, because after winning against Paris, that is PSG, I think they need to also get this win again. But Dortmund have also been in a good form in that they have gotten 2 wins in a row. That is, they beat Newcastle at St. James, and also they beat Newcastle home. So I think that will enable them at least to have some confidence to get the job done. But I think with the atmosphere at San Siro, I don't see Dortmund getting a win here, and that's why I'm favoring AC Milan at least to come out the winner. And just start to back it on is that only one of the last 11 UCL games has been won by a designated away side. So it is definitely going to be a tougher game. But I'm backing Milan at least to get the job done, at least to carry the points home. And that's why I'm going for my scoreline prediction will be a scoreline of 2-1, and my tip will be 1.5 goals, definitely.
Pardon the prediction.
Okay, my scoreline prediction will be a Milan win with a narrow win of 2-1. Then my tip will be another 1.5 goals, definitely in that match.
Thank you.
Okay, then our fourth game, that is the UCL fourth game, we'll be witnessing Barcelona welcoming FC Porto. Barcelona stands at position 1 with 9 points, and also Porto are following Barcelona are at position 2 with 9 points. Both teams are coming into this game. Barcelona coming into this game after getting frustrated over the weekend with a 1-1 draw, while FC Porto proved victory with a comfortable 4-0. And looking at the injury records of both teams, Barcelona are without Gavi, of which got an injury during international break, while their first choice goalkeeper, also Stegen, is also out. So I think these are the defining factors. But they're already having their key stars back with the likes of Lewandowski, the likes of Rafinha, with the likes of Cancelo back. So because they have the quality back again to at least to get the job done and win the group back. And it's going to be a tougher game because if you look at Barcelona's form, it has been always a narrow win, in that Barcelona wins with 1-0 score line, or they lose at 1-1. So there have not been that threat in converting their chances that they get in the majority of the games. And that's why I'm backing Barcelona to win this game with a scoreline of 2-0. And my tip will be Barcelona to win that game, definitely. Then our fifth game will be witnessing Feyenoord from Netherlands League, and ATM, that is Atletico de Madrid, that is from Spain La Liga. Feyenoord stands at position 3 with 6 points, while ATM, that is Atletico de Madrid, stands at position 1 with 8 points. Looking at both teams, the last time these teams were out, witnessing a thrilling match in that the game ended with a scoreline of 3-2. That was a massive game. I really enjoyed that game, and also this game also won't be that dull. And I also expect goals to be raining in this game. And just to mention is that Atletico de Madrid, that is the ATM, have failed to keep a clean sheet across their last 6 UCL away games. So that's a key start. The ATM, they've been, although most of the majority of the people know ATM to be a team that is good defensively, but this season they've been leaking goals, in that the majority of the games they have played this UCL, they have conceded goals, and that's why I'm Feyenoord will definitely get a goal here, but with the quality that Diego Simeone's men have, I expect them at least to carry the day again, and that's why I'm going for Feyenoord 1, ATM 2, and my tip will be both teams to score, because both teams they've been leaking goals over this season, because they have not been good defensively. They have not been disciplined defensively. So I expect at least a BTS, that is both teams to score, will be evident in that game. Then my sixth game will be witnessing, that is the reigning champions Manchester City hosting that is the Bundesliga side RB Leipzig. Just to mention, Man City are the group winners with a possible 12 points from 4 games. That's a good stake. Then RB Leipzig are at position 2 with 9 points. Looking at both teams have qualified for the next round. Then that RB Leipzig are through to the knockout stage. Also, Man City are through the knockout stage. So Man City just needs this point at least to confirm that they're already through. They're a group winners. And with the Man City form, that is the home form. I mentioned this in the Liverpool game, and I'm also mentioning it here, because if you look at the edge-to-edge of both sides, in that Man City have been getting the better side of Leipzig while at home, because the home form of City has been good. And I know Guardiola will be feeling his best side at least to get back to winning ways after frustration over the weekend with a 1-1 draw. And also, I believe they've not been that consistent, because if you look at the majority of the games, they tend to win and lose. Over the weekend, they lost 2-1 to Wolfsburg. And I saw that coming, because if you can look at their consistency, they're not consistent in how they win. They need to change on that. Just to mention is that they have scored at least 3 times in their last 7 UCL home games. So that's a key stat to mention, in that City have scored at least 3 times in their last 7 UCL home games. So that's a stat to mention. Then my correct score prediction will be a 2-1, and my tip will be a City win, definitely. Then our 7th game, we'll be witnessing PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain, welcoming stubborn Newcastle, that is flying Newcastle. Just to mention, PSG are at position 2 with 6 points, while Newcastle are at position 4 with 4 points. If you look at this group, as I had mentioned earlier, it is a group of death, because any team in the group stands a chance of qualifying for the next round. Because PSG, at home they have been good, because the 6 points they have accumulated, they have collected them all at home by beating Dortmund at home, by beating AC Milan at home. So definitely I expect them to at least come out at Parc des Princes and prove it right after the hammering at St. James Park, because I know they are here for revenge. Remember, the Newcastle summed PSG a 4-1 scoreline that was at St. James Park, and I expect PSG at least to come out and bounce again and get the job done. Just to mention, my scoreline prediction will be a PSG win with a scoreline of 3-1. Then my tip will be PSG win. Or if you're not safe with that, you can play an over 2.5 goals in that match. Then just to mention a key stat that may influence this is that PSG are without Zaire Emery and Kimpembe, of which I think they have stars to at least replace those key men, while Newcastle are really lacking a lot of players. And I think this might impact this game, although they stood out against Chelsea. But I think the injuries that they have mostly in the back line, because when you're playing with the likes of Mbappe and Dembele, you need to have a quick defense. You need to have an alert defense. With the likes of the Chelsea, I don't see them at least being disciplined throughout the 90 minutes, and the PSG might punish them in the course of the day. And Newcastle without Dortmund, Dan, Murphy, Willock, and Wilson. And as I mentioned, my scoreline prediction will be a 3-1 in favor of PSG, and my tip will be a PSG win. If you're not safer with that, you can play another 2.5 goals, definitely. Then the last game will be Young Boys. Just to wrap the Tuesday games, will be Young Boys versus Zvezda. So Young Boys stands at position 4 with 1 point, while the away side stands at position 3 with 1 point. So both teams, I checked their head-to-head, and they have played like 5 games, and both games we have been witnessing both teams to score in both of the matches. So and the last time they played, we also witnessed a trailing match that is a 2-2 scoreline. So giving a BTS is definitely safer in this game. Then both teams are looking to at least qualify for the Europa League, and it is going to be a tougher game, because getting that number 3 position is going to be tough. And I know none of the teams will want to lose in this match. So a draw will definitely be evident in this match, and that's why I'm going for a draw of 1-1. And my tip will be both teams to score in that match. Then that is Wednesday game. That is the 9th game. That is the UCL round 5. Seeing Galatasaray welcoming Man United. Galatasaray stands at position 3 with 4 points, and also Man United stands at position 4 with 3 points. It has been a difficult season for Man United, mostly in the Champions League, because nobody expected United to be at position 4 at this stage of the competition. Because if you could have predicted earlier on, you could have said that Bayern and Munich are the favorite. Bayern Munich and Man United are the favorite to carry the group out. But we have been witnessing the contrary. That is contrary to what was expected. And Galatasaray and Copenhagen have stood out in this group. So it is going to be another tough game for Man United because they need 2 wins at least to get their chances of qualifying for the next round. And United away form, they have not been that impressive, more so in the Champions League, because we witnessed United throwing a 2-0 lead against Copenhagen and coming to lose with a scoreline of 4-2. And Galatasaray at home, they've been massive because they've been getting good results, and they're coming into this game after a 4 thumping at the weekend. And also Man United are coming into this game with at least confidence after beating Everton over the weekend with a scoreline of 3-0. And just a stat to mention is that each of Galatasaray's 4 UCL points this season were earned after conceding the first goal. So that's just a stat to mention. And looking at this game and at the table, this is a must-win game for Man United. So this is a game that United are under pressure to at least deliver the result. Mm-hmm. And it is a must-win. And also Galatasaray, for them to keep their chances of qualifying for the next round, they need to get the job done against United. And that's why I'm going for a narrow scoreline of 1-2 in favor of United. Because I expect United will definitely win this game. Because I've seen how they have been good over the line. Because I've seen that the defensive team have been disciplined. The likes of Harry Maguire, the likes of Andre Onana, they have stood out. Although previously they had mistakes, but at least they're coming in, they're picking up. And that's why I'm backing a United win. Although it's going to be a tough game, and I expect goals to be raining that much. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm going with the scoreline of 1. And my tip will be an over 2.5 goals in that match, definitely. Then our 10th game will witnessing Sevilla welcoming PSV. Mm-hmm. That is Sevilla from Spain, while PSV is from the Netherlands League. Sevilla are at position 4 with 2 points, while PSV, that is PSV are at position 2 with 5 points. If you look at both teams, Sevilla, majority, you will say that they'll be fighting at least to get to the Europa League spot, because that's a competition that they have always fared on well. And I know the new coach will be motivating his players at least to get that result so that they can at least get their chances of qualifying for the Europa League, while PSV will want to pile pressure on Arsenal and Lens at least to qualify for the next round. So it is going to be a tough game. But Sevilla, I saw their injury record. They're lacking a majority of their players. And looking at both sides, I think I'm going to back a draw of a scoreline of 2-2. And my tip will be another 1.5. And just to back it on, is that 8 of Sevilla's last 10 competitive matches have both teams to score. That is a BTS, because Sevilla have not been disciplined defensively. So definitely I expect a BTS here. That is both teams to score. But my safer tip will be another 1.5. Will win you this bet earlier than expected. Then our 11th game, I hope you've gotten my tip there. That is a draw 2-2 and over 1.5. Mm-hmm. Then in the 11th game, we'll be witnessing Arsenal welcoming Lens. Arsenal are at position 1 with 9 points, while Lens are at position 3 with 5 points. Arsenal will want to at least round it on by becoming the group leaders by winning this game. And the last time these teams met, we saw a tougher game in which Lens came out victorious. And they were really energetic and they were physical. I really loved the passion and the mentality that they had against Arsenal. That is way back in France. And if they can get that mentality also at the Emirates Stadium, at least they can get a point. Because you never know, this is a UCL, and teams are relaxed. Maybe also teams are also chasing domestic glory, so you never know. But they have quality, because the likes of Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, they're back. Saka, Martinelli, they're back. So they have the quality to carry the day. And just a start to mention before giving out my prediction is that 9 of Lens' last 10 UCL matches, I've seen both teams score. So just to tell you that Lens have not been are not disciplined defensively. So that's why I'm backing an Arsenal win with a scoreline of 3-1, and my tip will be Arsenal to win that game. Then my 12th game will be witnessing I flying Bayern Munich, welcoming FC Copenhagen. Bayern Munich, they've already qualified for the next round. They're the group leader. So this match, they're going into this match just to keep the perfect record that they have. While FC Copenhagen are moving into this game because it is a must win for them. They need to win this game to qualify for the next round. So it's going to be a perfect win for FC Copenhagen. While Bayern are going to play this game to at least to keep their pride. That is and their good record of being unbeaten in the group stage over the years in the UCL. So Bayern have the quality with the likes of Harry Kane. I expect Harry Kane to score in this game because he's been one of the players that I've loved after moving from Bundesliga. He has started Bundesliga by storm because he has scored almost 18 goals. And also in the UCL, he's not that bad in the UCL because he has scored almost every goal in every game that he has played. So just a start to mention before I mention my prediction is that Bayern have netted at least twice in 11 of their last 14 UCL games. And while FC Copenhagen, the last time they met Bayern, they never gave Bayern an easy time. Bayern had to win, that is the last minute, the dying hours of the game. And also, I watched them play against Galatasaray. I also watched them play against United. They are different side. But with the Allianz Arena, with the quality that Bayern has with the likes of Leroy Sane, Musiala, although Musiala is currently out, I expect Bayern to carry the day again. And that's why I'm going for a tip of Bayern to win with a scoreline of 2-1. And my scoreline prediction will be Bayern to win with a scoreline of 2-1. And my tip will be Bayern Munich to win that game. Then our 13th game, that is the UCL 13th game, we'll be witnessing Benfica hosting Inter Milan. Benfica, I've not been impressed by them because this season is like, because if you look at Benfica's overall form in the UCL over the years, they've been one team that has been outstanding. But this season, I don't know what's the problem because so far they've played four games and they have 0 points. And they're at position 4, while Inter are at 2 with 10 points. So Benfica definitely already relegated. That is, they're already out of the UCL because and their hopes of qualifying for Europa League is very narrow. And with the fine form that Inter are in the UCL, I expect Inter to carry the day at least to get the job done to qualify for the next round. And just a start to mention is that Inter scored fast in 11 of their last 12 matches, in exemption of the Juve game. That is, the Juve game, Juve were the first to score. But if you look at the 11 games that they played, that is the 12th game they have played, if you exempt the Juve game, they're the first team that has always been scoring the first goal. So Inter Milan, with the likes of Lautaro, Thuram, I expect them to carry the day. And that's why, and I think they'll capitalize on the poor form that Benfica are in the UCL. And I'm backing a scoreline of 0-2, and my tip will be Inter to win that game. Then our 14th game is witnessing Braga welcoming Union Berlin. Braga are at 3, while with 3 points, while Union Berlin are at position 4 with 0 points. Union Berlin, after the sacking of the manager, I think they're starting to pick up because over the weekend they drew, while Braga comfortably won with a scoreline of 1-4. And Union Berlin, with the new manager, I think is starting to, the players are starting to get his ideas in. And it is going to be another tough game because at least they want to come out proud because this is their first UCL after so many years. So they want to come out proud. And it is going to be another tough game. But while Braga are looking to at least to get the job done so that they can qualify for the Europa League. I'm going for a scoreline of 2-1 in favor of Braga. And my tip will be both teams to score. And just a start to back it on is that Braga have scored in 20 of their last 21 competitive games during the 2023-2024 season. That is, they have won 14 games, I've drawn 3, and lost 4. So they're in a good form. But with the new manager coming in and Union Berlin started to pick up, both teams to score will be evident in that game. Then our 15th game will be witnessing Real Madrid welcoming Napoli. Real Madrid, they are in fine form in that they have won their 4 games and they're already qualified for the next round. They are position 1 with 12 points, while Napoli are position 2 with 7 points. Napoli need to at least get a win or a draw to at least to qualify for the next round. While Napoli, they're coming into this game after winning against Fiorentina, while Real Madrid are coming this game after also winning over the weekend. So just a start to mention is that the Madrid have won each of their last 9 European games against the Italian opponents. So they have Real Madrid have a good record while meeting the teams from Italy. And also, I expect them at least to get the job done against Napoli. Although, with the coming back of Victor Osimhen, at least the Napoli stands a chance of scoring in that game. Mm-hmm. Because with the likes of Rafa, Simeone, and Victor Osimhen, at least there'll be a threat. There'll be a turn to Real Madrid. But with the quality that Real Madrid, I expect them to win that game with a scoreline of 3-1. And my tip will be both teams to score because definitely Real Madrid have already qualified for the next round. Napoli are fighting so that they can go to the knockout stage. So we expect Napoli to be scoring, and Real Madrid being at home, at least they also need to. They definitely need not to lose that game. So giving a BTS, it is evident in that game because the last time they also met a BTS. So in this game also, Real Madrid, they have not been that good defensively because if you look at their La Liga form, they always concede goals. Mm-hmm. So definitely I expect such a scenario here. Mm-hmm. Then the last game, just to wrap it on, is that we'll be witnessing a game between Real Sociedad, that is the informed Real Sociedad, welcoming Salzburg. Real Sociedad, I must say that the season, they have taken this season by storm because they are in a fine form. Because I never expected them to be at position 1 at this stage, but they have convinced me otherwise because they beat the likes of Benfica home and away. So they've been massive. So them meeting Salzburg, I expect them to at least to carry the day again, and that's why I'm going for a Real Madrid win. Real Sociedad win with a scoreline of 2-1, and my tip. Real Sociedad to win because Real Sociedad they're in a fine form because if you look at the La Liga they've been getting the job done, and also UCL they've been also getting the job done. So I think them being at home, I think the home support will help them beat Salzburg, and definitely as I had mentioned, my scoreline prediction 2-1. My tip will be Real Sociedad to win. Just games to mention in this UCL. Galatasaray, Man United give an over 2.5 goals. Then move to the game between Manchester City versus RB Leipzig, give Manchester City to win. PSG Newcastle, give PSG to win definitely. Then Young Boys versus Zvezda, give both teams to score. I think those are the games to mention in this UCL round. To our fans, you can check the games and also try to analyze it on your own and pick some games that might suit you because you might not bet on all the games, but there are good games that you can pick and match your analysis. You can even pick 1 to 2 games or 3 games at least to get you the job done. Back to you, Master Bettor.
Yes, thank you very much, Hunter. For those additions, I must quickly mention that on our Arsenal vs Lens game, we shared the same prediction. Okay. And then in the next match, we had Real Madrid coming up against Napoli. We went for both teams to score. So I think over 1.5 goals is going to be a perfect market to consider. And then Braga vs Union Berlin, that one I'll ignore. But Benfica vs Inter, that one I will mention. In the Benfica vs Inter game, you went for an Inter win, and I went for an Inter win or a draw to occur. So I believe it is a perfect bet to consider. And then we had the next game in which we had the same opinion. It was the match Bayern Munich playing Copenhagen. In this particular game, you went for Bayern Munich winning. I also went for Bayern Munich, so I'll consider that one. Sevilla PSV, you went for over 1.5 goals. I also went for over 1.5 goals, so I will consider that one. And then Galatasaray Manchester United, You went for an over 2.5 goals. I went for both teams to score. So I think the perfect option to consider to consider in this particular bet is going to be an over 1.5 goals. And then the next game that we also share the same opinion is Manchester City Leipzig. Manchester City, you went for City win. I'll also be going for Manchester City winning. Young Boys Zvezda, you went for both teams to score. I went for over 1.5 goals. So I think the perfect option to consider is over 1.5 goals. And finally, the last game in which I think we share the same opinion is PSG Newcastle. We have PSG Newcastle. You went for PSG win. I also went for... that one you went for an over 2.5 goals for PSG winning. But I think PSG is going to be winning. So mine is PSG. And then Barcelona Porto, we share the same opinion. And I think once again, going for that one, Barcelona winning is a perfect one. It's really going to be an interesting game week for the Champions League, and I'll be sharing you more. I'll be sharing you more of my simplified analysis and predictions in the next video. For now, Hunter, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I'm definitely here.
Yep, I think we're going to be ending it at this particular point. Any final additions?
What I'll tell you is that these are UCL games, and try to look at the table, look at the standing of majority of the teams, because there are teams that have already gotten the job done, and look at the games that they've been playing over the weekend. Because if it is a difficult match over the weekend, they'll try to rest majority of their players, because the teams, the likes of Manchester City, Real Madrid, they're already through to the next round. So if they have a tougher game over the weekend, they would love to at least rest majority of their stars, their key players. So that's a factor also to consider while gambling on this. So try to look at the standings and the teams that are must win. The likes of Man United, they need to win to proceed to the next round. So try to consider such factors while also gambling, and then gamble responsibly. That's all I have for today. Thank you. Much pleasure.
Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in till this particular moment. I hope to be seeing you in the next video when we share the predictions. Until next time, goodbye and the very best.